on 12 News, a scam alert. This one involves scammers trying to target small businesses. Plus, a 610 project Brooklyn Park officials have been waiting for. But first, the light rail price tag balloons. Why the rising cost of the Botno Blue Line extension wasn't unexpected. 12 News starts right now. Hello and thanks for joining us. The northwest suburbs have about 6 years to go before light rail transit is supposed to arrive, but project officials now have a better idea of the overall cost.
Now, the new cost estimate is just under $1.5 billion. That's about $500 million more than the original estimate. As Delane Cleveland reports, the updated figures are the result of some new recommendations.
The Blue Line will transition from the railroad corridor to the center of West Broadway Avenue.
To date, the Metro Blue Line extension has been nothing more than a concept outlined in this virtual video that shows the proposed route through the Northwest Metro.
The estimated cost of the project.
But now, project officials have a better idea of the scope and cost.
When we started looking at this project, we didn't know a lot about it. So this is the first fuller understanding of the scope and the issues that we're working through. I think this is a little bit more a clear picture of what the project is.
The project was laid out at a meeting Thursday in Brooklyn Park. The 13-mile line from downtown Minneapolis to Brooklyn Park now has an estimated price tag of nearly $1.5 billion.
I hope that it stays right in that ballpark. I think that's really important.
Project engineers got to that number in part by recommending a reconstruction of Olson Memorial Highway by adding an 11th station on Plymouth Avenue near the Golden Valley Minneapolis border, and by deciding to build a bridge over 73rd Avenue in Brooklyn Park, essentially scrapping the idea of having the train stop traffic on County Road 81.
Certain common sense decisions.
The bridge is a no-brainer, according to Hennepin County Commissioner Mike Opat.
The bridge over County Road 81 simply should have been in the first number. In my mind, you can't have an at-grade crossing of a busy county highway there.
Hennepin County will contribute 10% to the overall cost, but Opat says he's not concerned about the higher price tag or the thought of the price increasing.
I think it's a very conservative number. I think that's based on all the problems with the Southwest line, but the Southwest line has had controversy that this line simply doesn't have.
The Metropolitan Council will vote on the updated scope and cost estimate in December. Then early next year, the cities along the route will have the opportunity to provide municipal consent. And Mike and Alex, if all goes as planned, the line will open in 2021. So mark your calendars.
Much more to come.
Thank you.
Thanks, Delane. A Maple Grove woman has died, her husband hospitalized after a rollover crash in Montana. The Montana State Patrol identified the woman as 53-year-old Lynn Herda. Authorities say she was a passenger in the car driven by her husband, Alexander Herda. The Montana State Patrol says their vehicle drifted into the median and overturned early Wednesday morning on Interstate 90 in southwest Montana. Lynn Herda was ejected from the vehicle and pronounced dead at the scene. Alexander Herda was listed in critical condition. Authorities suspect they had been driving all night long. A relative told police they were traveling to Portland, Oregon to visit their son.
A man already jailed for a robbery in Anoka County is now charged with a robbery in Maple Grove. Jamoki Battles is currently in the Anoka County Jail for a robbery of a Coon Rapids Subway restaurant. Hennepin County has also charged Battles with holding up a Super America in Maple Grove in September. Brooklyn Park Police say he also may be connected to robberies at 3 restaurants this summer, and charges in those cases have not yet been filed. Development along the 610 corridor in Brooklyn Park is kicking into high gear with the addition of hundreds of luxury apartments.
Adoring companies and city officials broke ground on 610 West Thursday, though construction on 3 of the 4 apartment buildings is well underway. The 484 rental homes are the first market rate apartments for Brooklyn Park since 1992. The complex will feature a clubhouse, indoor-outdoor pools, a putting green, and golf simulator. It is located 1 block from the Target Northern campus, and as other companies move in, this will be part of an urban suburban lifestyle.
We're not done. I say that at every groundbreaking because I know for a fact that there are anywhere from 6 to 8 businesses are actively looking in different stages. It might take a couple of years.
Where you're going to have a higher density projects mixed in with low density projects, with corporate facilities, lots of jobs, lots of things here to do. Walk down to have a bite to eat or a cup of coffee or buy your groceries.
The first apartments will open in August.
Governor Mark Dayton paid a visit to Maple Grove to honor the city's longtime city administrator. After 32 years on the job, Al Madsen is retiring. Elected officials, past and present, and city staff honored Madsen on Wednesday. Governor Dayton was also there. He worked with Madsen more than 30 years ago at what was the Minnesota Department of Energy and Economic Development.
He typifies the best of public service in Minnesota, very self-effacing, not doing any of this for himself, but having the judgment and the vision for Maple Grove that's turned it into just a remarkable city.
Madsen plans to stay on the job through November to help train the new city administrator, Wayzata City Manager Heidi Nelson. Coming up, get a call for computer help? Well, you may want to hang up. We'll check out the scam that tried to target a Robbinsdale restaurant.
And then a little bit later in sports, 2 local teams qualify for next week's state cross-country meet.
But first, a little warmer on Fridays. Temperatures get back into the 50s.
Beware of a scam that has surfaced in the Northwest Metro.
Now, this one involves scammers targeting small businesses. Reporter Shannon Slatton has more.
In my opinion, they're just targeting businesses that are independent and small.
This week, the owners of Nona Rosa's in Robbinsdale got a phone call they won't soon forget.
It was somebody claiming to be from Excel Energy, stating that we hadn't paid our electric bill. It was 5 days overdue, and they were sending a crew to come turn our electricity off.
They quickly determined it was a scam, someone wanting money from a small business owner.
To have to take your time and attention away from the needs of your business to deal with a scam, it's really hurtful.
This time, the scammer was not successful.
The anxiety was still there, but it was obviously just, an attempt to take our money.
But more scammers are targeting small businesses as a way to make a quick buck, either by phone or computer.
It's gotten pretty prevalent because, again, I think scammers realize it's kind of a two-sided scam. First, they potentially get customers' financial information, then they get access to everything on the customer's computer potentially.
Dan Hendrickson with the Better Business Bureau says anytime you get a cold call about a computer problem, it's a scam.
No one's ever going to call you and tell you there's a problem with your computer. Anyone who does that is lying. They're a scammer. You don't want to give them access to your computer. When there's a problem, you call the expert. The expert doesn't call you.
But scammers aren't just using the phone for this scam. They're using pop-up ads saying there's a problem on your computer and they have a solution.
Sometimes business owners or consumers will see a pop-up on their screen saying, you've got a virus, you've got malware, you've got to call this number immediately.
Hendrickson offers 4 ways to avoid this scam. We mentioned not trusting cold calls, protect your computer with antivirus software, don't trust pop-up ads, and finally, if someone has gained remote access to your computer, take action. Contact a computer expert, your bank, and credit card companies.
Once someone gets into your computer, they can do any number of things. So I think businesses really have to just keep an iron gate around their financial systems, around their computers, and say this is off limits, and if there's a problem, we're going to take care of it proactively.
In Robbinsdale, Shannon Slatton, 12 News.
Small business owners are not alone in this type of scam. Scammers also try to target homeowners, and again, posing as a technician and offering some type of help if you give out personal or financial information. Scary stuff to watch out for. Well, coming up, we head to Providence Academy to meet this week's standout student.
But first, Wayzata is back in the state football playoffs. John Jacobson has a look at the Trojans when we come back.
A very important couple of nights coming up for local football players looking to go to the next level.
Semifinals coming up next week. 2 local teams playing Thursday night and 2 on Friday. The state Class 6A football playoffs kick off around the metro area tonight and Friday nights. Wayzata is one of the local teams looking to advance to the Final 4 in their class. The Trojans worked out 3 days this week in preparation to play Eastridge Thursday night in Edina. The Raptors are 9-1, having won 9 straight games following a season-opening loss to Lakeville North. It will be a tough opponent for the Trojans.
We've never played them before, so we have no history with them. They're a relatively new high school, last 10 years, and so, but the one thing we do know about them from tape is that they run the ball really, really well. They're a big physical club. They pride themselves in running the football, and they got a very talented running back. So we're going to have our hands full on the defensive side. On the offensive side for us, we watch their defense, and they seem to get to the ball very quickly, and they've done a good job of shutting down their opponents this year.
Wayzata comes into the playoffs with an 8-2 record, their best mark since 2012, which was the last season the Trojans reached state. Getting this far was definitely a preseason goal for this year's seniors.
I think it made us rededicate ourselves, and we really decided as a group of seniors that we wanted to change what the years before had done, and that we wanted to continue the tradition of, Wayzata football that has been in the past.
Wayzata football has always been very top-notch, and when you have a very down season like that, you hear a lot of backlash, and we just never wanted that to happen again. So as a senior group, we really kind of dedicate ourselves and say, that's not going to happen to us.
The Trojans and Raptors kick off tonight at 7 o'clock at the Edina Community Center field. We'll have highlights of that game, plus Osseo Lakeville North, and a look ahead to Maple Grove's game, all Friday starting at 4 on 12 News. The weather didn't exactly cooperate for state soccer games Wednesday. The Park Center boys battling St. Cloud Tech and the Elements in the Class AA quarterfinals. How many chances in the first half? Tech with a near miss here on the redirect of a free kick. It's 0-0 at the half. Second half, Park Center's Gabriel Vasquez lines up the free kick and just misses the top corner of the net, and it stays scoreless. With 11 minutes left, the Tigers break the deadlock. Muhammad Abdi puts on the brakes, fires a shot off keeper Salvador Salato's fingertips and in, and it's 1-0 St. Cloud Tech. They add an insurance goal later on Muhammad Aiden's free kick that eludes Salato, and Park Center is eliminated 2-0 in the snow. While Park Center had to travel a bit for its state quarterfinal, the Breck boys made a short journey, a couple of exits down Highway 100 to Benilde St. Margaret's, where they faced Sartell St. Stephen in Class A. Breck attacking. Standout Avi Eller tripped in the box. Mustangs awarded a penalty kick, and Eller does the honors, beating the Sabres goalkeeper low in the corner of the net to give Breck a 1-0 lead as the snow flies in St. Louis Park. Later in the first half, Hans Lunsgaard gets it to Eller, who controls and fires a quick volley. Great goal for the junior All-Metro pick. Breck builds a 2-0 lead at the half. Up 2-1, Reed Goldstein's corner kick is headed in perfectly by Garrett Opperman. Breck wins 3-1. They face top seed St. Thomas Academy in the semifinals next Wednesday in St. Cloud. Cold and rainy weather greeted runners Wednesday at the tough Section 6AA cross-country meet. The top-ranked Hopkins boys bidding for their first section title since 2002. Wayzata senior Jarrett Carpenter is the individual winner, covering the 5K distance in 15 minutes, 38.6 seconds. Owen Haft takes second place for Hopkins, his time 15:45.1. Seth Eliason of Hopkins outkicks Edina's Patrick Rouge for fourth place. Hunter Stack finishes hard for 8th place as the Royals win the boys' team title. In the girls' 5K, Minnetonka sophomore Sophie Witcher takes gold in 18 minutes, 40.2 seconds. Edina takes 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th place, leading the Hornets to the team title. Renee Anderson of Hopkins edges Wayzata's Michaela Keller-Miller at the finish. Anderson is 7th, Keller-Miller 8th. Both go to state. The Trojans get 3 runners in the top 15. They place second as a team and advance on to state. Here's a look at the boys' final results. Tightly bunched top 4. Champion Hopkins and runner-up Washburn advance to state, while top 5 ranked teams Edina and Wayzata fall short. Armstrong is 7th, Cooper 8th, and Benilde 10th. Wayzata's Carpenter wins the race. Edina easily takes the girls' title with Wayzata headed to state as the runner-up. Then Hopkins is 5th, Benilde 7th, Armstrong 8th, Witcher of Minnetonka your individual champions. 5AA cross-country going on today, Thursday, up in Anoka.
Okay, thanks a lot, John. In Local Vote 2015, we wrap up our look at the 6 candidates running for Golden Valley City Council.
There are 2 seats up for election on Tuesday, and the 6 candidates include Paul Scofield, a database engineer and math teacher, and Carol Berry, an environmental engineer and attorney.
I'm Paul Scofield, running for Golden Valley City Council to give homeowners and taxpayers a stronger voice. City officials must remain our employees, not our bosses, and must put us first in Golden Valley. See how at paulscofield.org. They should protect us and our property, but as our property values fell, instead of cutting spending, our City Council raised our levy rates to keep doing business as usual. As our property values return, taxes and spending will shoot up higher than ever. One expense we should cut is our peak flow expenditures for the Met Council, still hundreds of thousands of dollars. Obviously, the Golden Valley Sewer Line exit tax isn't working. See a better way at paulscofield.org. Tuesday, November 3rd, please vote for Paul Scofield. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Carol Berry, and I'm running for Golden Valley City Council. As an engineer and attorney, I know it's important to listen to you. I will respect voters by ensuring our money is put to the most effective use and retirees are not taxed out of their homes. We should focus on long-term growth by incentivizing businesses to operate along Highway 55, where we should have rapid buses operating into the evening. The revenue generated from these companies will help Golden Valley address being downgraded by Moody's. Visit my website, carolberrygoldenvalley.com, and please vote for me, Carol Berry, on November 3rd. Thank you.
Still ahead, why this week's Standout student takes great pride in his school's fight song.
We'll be right back.
Well, he's only 17, but Charlie Hemler already has a long list of accomplishments.
That's right. The Providence Academy senior is the composer of the school song. Reporter Sonia Goins introduces us to this week's Standout student.
Charlie Hemler is passionate about music. He started playing the piano when he was only 5 years old. Since then, he's mastered other instruments.
I can play piano, guitar, percussion, bass guitar, and organ.
Charlie is also very studious. He has a 4.0 GPA. He's a National Merit semifinalist and a member of the National Honor Society. He says history is his favorite subject.
I really like how you can see how things in history are repeating themselves. I like patterns.
Charlie is not only book smart, he's also an athlete, competing as a varsity rower.
It is a fun sport for a sport that was once capital punishment.
Charlie also finds time to help others. He recently went on a church mission trip.
That was building houses for impoverished families in Kentucky and Tennessee.
Charlie says his family and faith are key to his success. He says it all boils down to passion and purpose.
If I didn't believe that my life had a purpose, there'd be no purpose for me to do anything. Without my faith, I really don't see myself trying to do as well as I am.
Sonia Goins, 12 News.
Charlie is still trying to decide which university he'll attend. He wants to major in economics or business with a minor in music. That does it for us. Thanks so much for joining us.
Stay with us. Community Corner is coming up next, and we'll see you back here tomorrow beginning at 4.